welcome to the African News Network. I'm Cynthia Nivyawandi. Today, we turn to Washington, D.C., where Kenyan President William Ruto embarked on a 4-day state visit, marking the first such visit by an African leader to the U.S. in over 15 years since John Kufuor of Ghana in 2008. President Ruto's arrival comes amidst a complex geopolitical landscape, with Africa increasingly becoming a focal point for global powers like Russia and China. China has made inroads across the continent through funding major infrastructure projects, while Russia has been seeking closer economic ties with some African nations after tough sanctions imposed by the West following the invasion of Ukraine. Let's delve into the implications of this visit and its broader context. As President Ruto stepped onto American soil, the spotlight shines on US Africa relations. President Biden's invitation to President Ruto presents an opportunity to reinforce diplomatic ties between the two nations. However, it also reflects Washington's efforts to bolster its presence in Africa amidst growing competition from strategic rivals. With Russia and China expanding their influence on the continent, the Biden administration may see this visit as a chance to reaffirm America's commitment to Africa's stability and development. Despite previous pledges to visit Africa, President Biden's promise has remained unfulfilled for 2 years. However, in a renewed commitment to the region, he affirmed his intention to prioritize the visit if re-elected in the upcoming US elections. This statement underscores the administration's recognition of Africa's strategic importance and therefore its commitment to strengthening ties with African nations. President Ruto's visit to the White House carries symbolic significance, particularly in light of his journey from political controversy to diplomatic partnership. Despite past challenges, President Ruto has emerged as a key figure in Kenya's diplomatic and economic landscape. In his speech at the White House, President Ruto emphasized the importance of economic collaboration, stating, and I quote, "We will discuss investment opportunities, trade, and hopefully persuade the US to renew the African Growth and Opportunities Act, giving Africa market access to create jobs and spread prosperity." However, AGOA is not without controversy, notably for its one-sidedness. President Paul Kagame of Rwanda spoke on being struck off the list after refusal to become a dumping ground for US secondhand clothes, and instead set up its own manufactories to develop textiles and garments locally. President Ruto's advocacy on issues like climate change and debt relief has garnered attention on the global stage, positioning Kenya as a pivotal player in East Africa. Kenya is also an important security partner in the region and has pleased Washington by pledging to send Kenyan police to Haiti. Around 1,000 Kenyan police officers are set to arrive in Haiti to lead an international anti-gang force. Speaking at the joint news conference, Ruto reiterated Kenya's commitment to sending the officers to Haiti. Kenya volunteered in July to lead the mission, but has faced repeated delays deploying due to litigation brought by opponents of the government's plan and a surge of violence in March that led to the Haitian Prime Minister to resign. While it may be Kenyan troops on the ground in Haiti, this mission is ultimately engineered by the US and has been met with backlash. The Kenyan troops are supposedly tasked to protect strategic sites in Port-au-Prince, such as airports, the palace, and ministries. But it is unclear whether the forces are authorized to engage directly in combat, as well as if or how they will be integrated with the Haitian police force and military. Additionally, the Kenyan forces will also be met with a language barrier, as they do not speak Haitian Creole. the most widely spoken language in Haiti, a fact that could badly undermine any attempts to communicate with gang leaders. Furthermore, this is an unprecedented model for a peacekeeping operation. While the UN approves the multinational intervention, who will ultimately be responsible for its outcomes? How will the language barrier and the lack of direct UN oversight affect the effectiveness of Kenyan troops in Haiti? Overall, the multinational mission in Haiti raises critical questions about accountability and operational effectiveness. In a joint effort, US President Joe Biden and Kenyan President William Ruto called for increased support for debt relief for developing nations, focusing on Kenya during Ruto's state visit. The leaders unveiled the Nairobi, Washington vision, emphasizing assistance for countries committed to reforms and sustainable development. They urged international cooperation, especially from major creditors like China, to alleviate debt burdens hindering development efforts. However, delays in debt restructuring initiatives and Kenya's substantial debt to China pose challenges. The US is allocating funds for crisis response and advocating for additional support to international financial institutions. A better functioning debt relief system with fair contributions from all creditors is crucial for progress. Yet, as President Biden engages with President Ruto, questions linger about America's broader strategy in Africa. While the US aims to deepen its partnerships on the continent, recent setbacks in West Africa, particularly in Niger, where US troops are set to leave by mid September. With Niger and other Sahel countries forging closer ties with Russia and Iran, America faces hurdles. As the Biden administration navigates these complexities, the designation of Kenya as a major non-NATO ally looms on the horizon. If confirmed, Kenya would become the first sub-Saharan African country to receive such recognition, signaling a deepening of bilateral ties between the US and Kenya. As President Biden engages in discussions with President Ruto, pivotal questions emerge regarding America's overarching strategy and the shifting of geopolitical dynamics within the continent. The implications of this designation seem to extend beyond bilateral relations. How will America's strategic interests in Africa unfold in this new chapter? As President Ruto's visit comes to an end, all eyes are on the outcomes of his discussions with President Biden and the potential impact on US Africa relations. Stay tuned as we continue to monitor Africa's geopolitical landscape. Stay connected here on the African News Network, on our website, mobile app, and social media platforms. I'm Cynthia Nivyandi. Thank you for joining us.